Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Mr. Cobalt, and in this video we're going to talk about how to determine whether a given molecule or ion would have delocalized molecular orbitals. So let's get into this. So the important thing to keep in mind is that if you have resonance structures, or if you can't, another way to put it is if you can't um, represent the molecule in just one Lewis dot structure, and you're going to need other Lewis dot structures like resonance structures to fully explain or identify or describe what the molecule looks like or what the bonding looks like, then that is an indication that you're going to have delocalized molecular orbitals. So let's get into this. So here for these particular examples, so a C2H2, that's acetylene, or also known as ethylene or ethylene, I should say. Um, so we have a triple bond here, one sigma bond, one sigma bond, two pi bonds, and this is the only way that you can represent this molecule. There's no resonance structures, so that would indicate that there are not going to be any delocalized molecular orbitals for this molecule. Uh, for the next one, we have the carbonate ion here. Oops, I forgot to put the square brackets for the ion, like so. And so you can see here that you can move the double bond around, right? So if you can take one of these lone pairs, make a double bond there, that's going to push the electron or one pair of electrons from the double bond onto this oxygen. So you'd end up with a three lone pairs on that one, or this pair of electrons can form a double bond here, pushing a pair of electrons again onto this oxygen to form a single bond with three lone pairs. So this one Lewis dot structure does not quite represent the structure. So you would need resonance structures to help you identify or explain the bonding for this particular ion. And so then this would be delocalized electrons. So the electrons would be delocalized. So you would use delocalized molecular orbitals to explain the structure. Again, here we have, this is benzene. So you'll see a double bond, single bond, double bond altering pattern. We saw that before in another video when I was talking about the how molecular orbital theory explains vision. We talked about retinal and vitamin A and 1,3-butadiene. So you see the same thing here. And this indicates that you do have delocalization here in the molecule. This double bond, right, can move to this between these carbons. And so because you have the sp2 hybridization on all of the carbons, right, because you have one group, two groups, three groups, that indicates trigonoplanar. That means you have sp2 hybridization. That means that all the carbons have unhybridized p orbitals, and each of the unhybridized p orbitals is going to have one electron in them. So that means that you're going to have delocalization. And so you're going to have overlap and combination of the unhybridized p orbitals to form molecular orbitals that are going to be delocalized. So these electrons can move, and you can move the double bond from here to here. Then that double bond can be pushed between these two carbons, and then that's going to push the electrons here between these two carbons, and so on. And so this would be expected to have delocalized molecular orbitals. This one here, formaldehyde, you have the double bond here, but that double bond cannot move anywhere else, right? So you can't have a double bond between the hydrogen. Hydrogen only forms one sigma bond. So this is the one and only structure for that molecule. So this does not have any delocalized electrons. So therefore, you're not going to have delocalized molecular orbitals. And finally, we have the oxalate ion. Again, I forgot the square brackets with the charge on the outside. And so here, this one Lewis dot structure does not capture the structure itself because, again, you have resonance involved in here. So once again, I can have one of the lone pairs on this oxygen form a double bond here, but then this carbon would have 5 bonds. That's not possible. So the double bond here would have to, one of the pair of electrons in one of the bonds here would have to be pushed onto the oxygen here, giving you 3 lone pairs and a single bond here. Or you could have one of the lone pairs here form a double bond here, and then that would push one of the pairs of electrons here, right? Or you could have the electrons here form a double bond between the oxygens. So, oops, wrong way. Or you could have the, where am I going? Yeah, so you could have the electrons in the double bond form a double bond here. So you could move the electrons here, form a double bond between there, but then you'd have to push the electrons from here onto this oxygen here. So there are various structures, various resonance structures that would be needed to really capture the molecule. So again, you'd have delocalized electrons that are being moving, quote unquote, moving around the whole molecule. And so again, that would indicate that you would have delocalized molecular orbitals. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is really all there is to it. So I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, then please like the video, share the video, hit that like button somewhere around here. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Help me out here. Also, when you do that, make sure you click the notification bell, click all so you can be notified by all the videos I put out. And finally, put a comment down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Ask me questions. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.